Has the unthinkable finally entered the realm of possibility? Imagine the purple and gold faithful waking up one day to hear that LeBron James, yes, the king himself, is packing his bags for Miami, not alone, but with his son Bronny in tow, as part of a blockbuster trade that reshapes the Lakers' future and sends shockwaves through the entire NBA landscape. Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where raw truths collide with purple and gold passion. Smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so your heart never misses a beat. Now, let's unpack what might be the most seismic shifts since Kobe Bryant's retirement. A move that spells the end of an era, but could also pave the way to reshape the Lakers' destiny around the hottest young star on the planet, Luka Doncic. This offseason has been a roller coaster for Los Angeles, with the front office signaling a clear pivot. The team recently locked in Luka with a hefty 3-year extension, making crystal clear who's next in line to carry the franchise's banner. But here's the twist. As the Lakers double down on Luka's star power, LeBron James finds himself left on the outside looking in, frustrated by a timeline that no longer revolves around his pursuit of another championship ring. Rich Paul, LeBron's agent and longtime confidant, laid out the dilemma bluntly to ESPN. LeBron wants to compete for a championship. He knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. That's the crux, isn't it? How much longer can the king chase a dream if the pieces around him don't add up? The Lakers' salary cap situation only tightens the noose, handicapping his ability to attract impact players during a crucial stage in his career. According to Luke Adams at Hoops Rumors and Jason Frey of Sports Illustrated, LA is stuck in a financial quagmire due to the current collective bargaining agreement and the big money deals inked this summer. The Lakers won't be able to sign even a minimum salary player until January 18th, unless they trade to clear salary first. This isn't just a minor roadblock. It's a brick wall standing between LeBron and his championship aspirations on his home court. But that's only part of the puzzle. The rumor mill is buzzing with a game-changing proposition, a trade sending LeBron and Bronny James to the Miami Heat, with the Lakers receiving Andrew Wiggins, Jaime Jaquez Jr., and a future first-round pick in return. Think about that for a moment. The king heading to a storied franchise where he started to silence doubters on his way to 4 NBA titles. Pairing once again with strong veterans like Bam Adebayo and sharpshooter Tyler Herro. It's a reunion with a team built for contention, giving LeBron a realistic shot at another championship before the final curtain. But here's the detail no one's talking about: what this means for the Lakers' strategic reboot. Andrew Wiggins, the former top pick and proven two-way wing, offers the Lakers a fresh energy. His $125 million contract more financially palatable for LA's front office than trying to build around aging stars. Jaime Jaquez Jr., an emerging young forward with defensive versatility and offensive upside, represents the kind of player the Lakers can develop alongside Luka. It's a clear message. The Lakers are going all in on youth, growth, and a long-term vision that no longer centers on LeBron's twilight years. But that's the sticking point. How will the Lakers balance honoring LeBron's legacy while bravely moving into a future that feels so uncertain? Let's rewind for a second and place this trade idea in the broader context of Lakers' rich history. This is a franchise that has seen transformation after transformation. From the Showtime era of the 1980s, where Magic Johnson dazzled the Coliseum crowds, to the Shaq and Kobe dynasty that bulldozed 5 championships in the early 2000s. Then, the Pau Gasol years had brought 2 more titles to LA's cabinet, right up to the emotional run to the 2020 bubble championship amid a global pandemic. Each chapter featured stars who defined their eras, with front offices making bold moves, even sometimes controversial, to build championship contenders. Now, history seems poised to turn yet another page. But is this trade a masterstroke or a gamble? Can Wiggins and Jaquez Jr. really fill the void left by the unparalleled leadership and presence of LeBron and usher in a new era dominated by Luka's brilliance? And what of Bronny James, still a young prospect with his own bright future? What are the implications of him skipping straight to Miami, stepping out of his father's colossal shadow in LA? The Western Conference, as always, is a battlefield stacked with elite talent. Players like Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, and Giannis Antetokounmpo continue to raise the stakes. The Lakers are not just fighting for relevance, but survival. This off-season's financial entanglements, the capped roster flexibility, and the decision whether to honor the twilight run of a legend or pivot fully to youth and potential make this one of the most dramatic inflection points in Lakers lore. The Lakers front office, led by Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka, has navigated choppy waters before, balancing respect for legacy players with the brutal economics of the modern NBA. We saw it with Kobe's farewell tour, the difficult choices around trading away Pau Gasol, and the dramatic signing of LeBron that sent ripples across the league. Now, with that same savvy and urgency, they face perhaps their toughest call yet amid pressure from fans, media, and the league's power players. And here's a question for every Lakers fan watching. Do we trust in this bold new strategy to build around Luka as the future's cornerstone, or do we risk losing the heartbeat of this franchise by parting ways with LeBron and Bronny? Because let's face it, history will remember this moment, one way or another. As a lifelong Lakers believer, I can't help but feel we're on the edge of something massive. A crossroads where the legacy of legends meets the hunger of young stars, where champions fade but new ones rise. But is this the move that launches a new Lakers era, or the gamble that haunts us for years? Drop your unfiltered takes in the comments. I'll be right there, heart in hand. The fallout from this bombshell deal is sending shockwaves not just through the Lakers locker room, but across the entire Western Conference. How much longer can this roller coaster last before it either sparks a championship surge or a catastrophic collapse? Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a beat of Lakers chaos and glory. Because we're diving straight into how this seismic shift could twist the fate of LeBron and AD's dynasty, the rotation's fragile chemistry, and the front office's gamble with fate. Imagine this. If the new pieces don't blend, is the LeBron-Anthony Davis duo staring down the barrel of serious dysfunction just as the playoffs loom? We know how precious minutes are in the postseason, and any hiccup in their on-court harmony could tip the scales in a brutal Western Conference where every contender is sharpening claws. Golden State's relentless pressure, Denver's hybrid explosion, and Phoenix's steady predator instincts all mean the margin for error is razor thin. And don't forget, this isn't just any season. It's a crucible testing the Lakers' soul, echoing the anxious tensions from Showtime's late 80s title strife to Kobe's relentless single-minded quest, probing questions deeply. Is this roster iteration built to actually withstand playoff adversity, or is it a house of cards waiting for the slightest gust? But here's the part nobody's talking about. How will these changes affect the Lakers' defensive identity, historically a cornerstone during championship runs? Swapping key role players in mid-season trades risks fracturing the defensive cohesion that AD has carried on his broad shoulders. Take away that backbone, and you open the door for offense-heavy squads to run rampant in crunch time. And if the bench fails to provide consistent pressure and scoring, this truncated rotation could put more wear on LeBron's aging legs, risking the kind of fatigue that derailed the 2022 playoff push despite flashes of brilliance. Then there's the chemistry wild card. How does a locker room built on relentless work ethic and legacy vibes respond to new faces, new expectations, and whispers of locker room power struggles? It recalls old Lakers tales of internal friction. Remember the rumblings during the 30-13 Dwight Howard saga, or the quiet dissension seeded in the 2008-19 rebuilding grind? Could we be witnessing a repeat, masked by shiny new gear? And tactically, the coaching staff now faces a chess match requiring surgical precision. How do you optimize spacing for shooters without crippling a D's interior dominance? Can LeBron continue orchestrating plays alongside a recalibrated perimeter? line up without losing the fluidity that made Showtime's style iconic. These tactical puzzles multiply against the backdrop of impending playoff matchups where teams like the Clippers and Mavericks have reinvented their rosters into killer combos that punish any hesitation or clunky lineup rotations. Front office scrutiny is at an all-time high, with whispers swirling whether Rob Pelinka's aggressive maneuvers are brilliance or desperation. A high-stakes gamble where a misstep could cement this team's place in history as either a resilient powerhouse or a cautionary tale of ambition outpacing cohesion. Meanwhile, the ripple effects extend beyond Lakers Mountain, stirring rival fan bases hungry to exploit any crack in the purple and gold armor. Imagine the narrative firestorms if this Lakers reshuffle falters just as playoff brackets are set. Would Warriors or Nuggets fans savor the downfall or brace for an even fiercer showdown? Every step the Lakers take in these next weeks feels like walking a tightrope over a canyon of ruined legacies or legendary triumphs, tipping the scales for LeBron's last championship window and AD's prime years. As a Lakers fan, I can feel the weight of history pressing on this very moment. Every pass, every contested rebound carries the weight of a legacy forged through Showtime glories, Kobe's championship hunger, and the 2020 bubble's improbable glory. But are we watching the rebirth of a dynasty or the fracture that ends it all? Drop your raw takes in the comments. I'll be right there with you, riding every twist of this wild Lakers ride.